today's game is a lot different. So I have to process the information that I give because it is a different product. But there's a lot of the root principles of wrestling that still apply.
Are you a fan yourself of WWE's current product?
I am. It's different. It is like, I've had to stop myself from being that old crusty, old timer. Like, I ain't the way we did it, but the business is freaking incredible right now. It is absolutely insane. So I can't bitch too much about it because you guys are killing it.
Whenever we ask, like, we had Hulk on like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something, and we ask a very similar question about today's product, and there's always like a little bit of a pause where like it feels like it looks almost like you're reminiscing back on 30 years of destruction.
Yeah.
Real destruction. What in your mind, like, what's the core difference between today and yesterday's product?
So one, there was a really high turnover of my generation and my guys, and then the new guys that are coming up. And I think, and for you too, this would be I think the guys are so athletic. Like the things like that, the springboard thing, it's like, that's video game shit, bro. Like in my day, I couldn't have never even imagined doing that. Like it was just like, and I guess it is from the generations playing video games and like, well, shut up. I could do that, right? And I was like, holy shit. But what, again, those kind of moves increase the risk, again, like I said earlier, exponentially. I mean, I always feel like in any given match, you're 1-2 inches away from something really catastrophic happening.
Yes.
Right? And you experienced it last night. You felt,
Yeah.
So I think there's an element to the storytelling that guys aren't comfortable with that yet, where they are comfortable with their athleticism and they know what they can do athletically. But what happens, my opinion, is then the audience, that's what they expect. And you have to continually so you did a back springboard moonsault onto the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that now. Now what do you got?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get desensitized.
Oh, I know, yeah.
To I mean, when you and Ricochet did the midair collision, the clotheslines, it was like, oh shit. Something that no one's ever seen.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is a lot of times you might get yourself put in a box where I don't,
no backflips tonight.
Yeah. But if they're invested in the character, and I think you've done a really, really, really good job of being who you are and in your platform and your social media and being that guy and not trying to be, well, let me tell you something, brother, kind of a guy. You're genuine. So I think people resonate, whether they love it, whether they hate you. I think you could get to a point where you didn't necessarily have to do that.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it in the toolbox, but don't rely on it.
I don't want to ever do that move again.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
No, I'm never doing that again.
It's on film now, brother. It'll live forever.
Yeah.
But I think that's where the and it's coming back. You're starting to see more guys that are Roman and all the storytelling aspect of it. That's what makes people care.
So as someone new who's now coming to understand this really intricate business, and WWE is the hardest thing I've ever done, I'm kind of realizing that now. Because when I first got in here, I knew I could shock people with these moves that I could do, and it's still very fun. And there's that daredevil in me that's like, how far can I push this? And one day I'm sure I'll get the answer to that question.
Oh, it comes eventually.
And with the Ricochet one, like not a great landing, took a little bit from me, like my soul, and these things happen. But like I worked on that move for months, because I knew I was in Cleveland, in my hometown Brown Stadium, and I wanted to send it. I'll do it once in my life. I'll never do it again because it is extremely hard and dangerous. And like you said, there's basically zero margin for error.
No margin for error on that. Your foot slips, dude. It's
No,
Yeah.
I had our referee secretly. You can see this if you watch the film back. Secretly, he'd put his armpit on the rope and dry it off because if it was like rub it, just because if there was oil on there, and this has happened before, there's oil on there, you slip up and you do the move. But what I'm getting at is, I'm envious of guys like Roman who don't have to risk their entire like body and health and wellness because people are so invested in the story. In the story, and it's such a good note. That's a veteran note, but that's the hardest part.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.